We are in section 7.7. Let's do a few problems from the middle section, the 25 through 32 section. First one, question 25, we have negative 10i times negative 4i. When we multiply them together, negative times negative gives me positive. 10 times 4 is 40i times I is I squared. We know that I squared is equal to negative 1, so when I multiply 40 times the negative 1, I get negative 40. Number 26. I have negative 2i times negative 11i. Same deal as last time. Negative times negative is positive. 2 times 11 is 22. I times I is I squared. We know that I squared is equal to negative 1, so when I multiply, I get negative 22. On 27, if I have 6i times the quantity of 2 minus 3i, when I distribute the 6i to both of the things inside the parenthesis, I get 12i minus 18i squared. We know that I squared is equal to negative 1. When I multiply negative 18 times negative 1, I get positive 18 plus 12i. Now, do you notice that I move the real part? This is the real number. This is the imaginary number. If you're going to put your answers in a plus bi, the real part has to be first. The imaginary number has to be second. Let's move on to 28. It says 5i times the quantity of 4 minus 7i. When I distribute there, I get 20i minus 35i squared. Again, I squared is equal to negative 1, and I want to move that up front because that becomes the real part of the answer. And this one moves to the back, and it's positive 20i. Moving on to 29, I get square root of 3 plus 2i times the quantity of the square root of 3 minus 2i. The first thing I see is that these are conjugates of each other. I know that inside times inside and outside times outside are going to go away because they are conjugates. So when I multiply, I'm not going to do those two. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9, which is 3. Inside, inside, outside, outside, gone. Last times last gives me negative 4i squared. Again, the I squared is negative 1. Negative 4 times negative 1 gives me 3 plus the 4, which is 7. And my last one for today is question 30. It says the square root of 5 minus 5i and the square root of 5 plus 5i. Again, this question is conjugates, so I'm not going to do my middle terms because I recognize it. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5 minus 25i squared. Don't have to do inside, inside, and outside, outside because they're just going to go away instead. So I'm going to change my I squared to negative 1. Negative 25 times negative 1 gives me plus 25, and that gives me 30. Good luck and keep